question. I recognize the member for Orleans.
Merci, Madame la Présidente. Madame la Présidente, les parents d'Ottawa sont fatigués d'entendre que tout va bien. À Orléans et à travers la ville, les enfants apprennent dans les écoles qui n'ont pas l'eau potable. Les classes sont surpeuplées. Il y a un manque d'enseignantes en français. Il n'y a pas assez de soutien pour les élèves ayant des besoins spéciaux. Mais le plus grand échec, c'est que les enfants qui ont besoin d'aide ne la reçoivent pas. Après 8 ans de ce gouvernement conservateur, pourquoi les familles d'Ottawa doivent toujours lutter juste pour obtenir le soutien d'éducation spécialisée promis à leurs enfants?
Minister of Education.
I'll repeat it again. I've said it a number of times. Look, we're at the highest level of education spending the province has issued, but I think what's really important is the results that come out of an education system. And, we saw for 15 years the Liberals really weren't focused on results. They were focused on ideology, and they never put students, parents, or teachers first. We're doing the exact opposite. Look, just today we've learned that the Liberals and NDP will tear apart the agreement that we have in place to get $750 back into classroom spending, that they would cancel that program. That is very disappointing. I'm sure that teachers across the province who are depending on this in September are disappointed to learn that both the Liberals and NDP think that it's a nice-to-have and not a must-have. So, look, we're going to double down. We're going to continue to support students, parents, and teachers. We're going to refocus the education system away from politics and back on results and student achievement. We will not be moved off track on that vital mission, and we're seeing results. Highest literacy rates, highest graduation rates, math scores going in the right direction, but we want better, and that's why we're doubling down in this budget, puts more resources into getting that job done.
Member for Orleans.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, parents are being told that their child qualifies for support, that they need an educational assistant, a psychologist, a speech therapist, some form of specialized programming, and then they are told that none is available. The minister blames school boards, but school boards cannot hire the staff they need if this minister does not provide the funding that is adequate. Madam Speaker, kids like Juliet, like Marigold, like tens of thousands of others across Ontario need this help to thrive and to pursue their dreams. Madam Speaker, after 8 long years of Conservative government, when will this minister stop passing the buck and finally fund special education properly?
Minister of Education.
I don't think anybody can accuse me of passing the buck, Madam Speaker. You can say a lot of things about me, but I don't think right now you can say that. In fact, in an earlier question, they were complaining that I've taken over too many school boards and have taken over too much responsibility. Well, you know what? The only people that actually passed the buck were the Liberals for 15 long years. When math scores were plummeting, what did the Liberals do? Nothing. When literacy scores were plummeting, what did they do? Nothing. When conflict within our schools increased, what did they do? Nothing. When our schools were crumbling, what did they do? They closed them as opposed to fixing them and building new ones. So you know what we're going to do? You know what we're going to do, Madam Speaker? We're going to continue to show leadership across the province of Ontario. The ministry is going to continue to show leadership, and I'm going to focus on what matters: student achievement. I'll let them focus on administration. I'll focus on students, parents, and teachers, and I'll get the job done along with my colleagues.